Okay, take two. October 27. I just hit the button. We were almost done with the video, and I hit the wrong button. Been playing around. Big Bob Kurkowski tells me, he calls me on the phone. Robert, I watch a video. You better get your ass to work. You got a lot of work to do. I don't want to hear about I'm not feeling it today. I'm going home, my backs and stuff. So I came home from dropping a truck off at the mechanics and cleaned all the inside, the rust. It all kind of looked like this bit here, right? It's pretty rusty. So I took the flop wheel, cleaned everything up as best we could, and started piecing this together. I was here by myself, so kind of holding things in place. I went over and got Richie's belt sander and disc sander and try to flatten out each of the seams as best I can. Can't go too far because you make them, you take too much material off, and now this circle gets too big to mount up with the next circle, and then we start getting it all caca. So the best you can, leaving almost no gaps. You really don't want too much gap. That's not too bad. And then just started fusing them together until, the gaps were a little, any kind of gap with it fusing is not going to work. So I was trying to hold it with my hands and throw a little MIG wire in there for filler just to spot it all together. Got this stuff in kind of halfway one piece. And then Richie came home from work and came over and threw a bunch of tacks on. We rotated things around and used this like an anvil. Put the pipe right over top and then just kind of hammer the two sides of the seam together so they'd line up a little better.
That'll keep the flow good.
Yeah, well, you don't want big steps in there.
No.
If you get a little step, you're going to get some penetration from the weld too. So, yeah. And when I took it apart, you could see, there was even this is probably man-made, right? So, they did a good job.
Yeah, they ground every one of them after they welded.
Yeah,
it,
so we're doing what we can. We got, like I said, we got the 4 pieces left. Quite a bit of angle on each one of these, right? From high side to low side. So what we don't want to do is make it go right, left, right, left, right. We kind of got to rotate them in and make it smooth. So from this point here, I'm just going to tape one to one another and try to mark them as best I can, and then maybe do a little fusion or tacking if I can. If not, then we'll just wait for Rich to come back, because at this point you start to need 4 hands to do everything.
Yep.
And we don't want to screw it up. So this should be done this weekend. By the weekend, easily have the pipe done. And
yeah, if I got to come over here on Saturday and sit here for a couple hours, I got to get my hair cut first, and then
got to get that hair cut.
I know. Look at this mop.
But maybe we can fire it up and see what she sounds like.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Exactly.
We've got all the white water drained out and everything, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that goes. But starting with pipe, and then onto the kingpins. Bob asked, with all that to do, where do you start? You start with the most important stuff. Got to have the pipe. The front end is pretty sloppy on this thing, so the kingpin's most important, more important than the worn stub axles on the spindles. Yeah, are they worn? Yes, but they're not as bad as the kingpins. The kingpins are in bad shape. I actually had the kingpins welded and ground about 10 years ago, and they're still putting new bearings in. Doesn't do any good. They're sloppy. The shafts are worn. So we'll get the kingpins, then we'll move to either stub axle or complete spindle and new brake mounts. Then front end will be all new. Sooner or later, we're gonna have to put this thing on the scales, and because we're putting on new front end part of the adjustable kingpins, right? So we're gonna have to dial it in. We got fuel tank. Again, that's far more important than moving the radiator or painting the go-kart. So if we get kingpins, spindles, and fuel tank done, and we run out of time, then we got what we got. But at least we'll be able to get us.
Don't we got another tank? Did you have another tank?
I got that one that Scotty Walker worked on for us. That was the Fiesler tank. It's made out of some crazy aircraft aluminum that doesn't like to weld.
Yeah.
You can't bend it either because it breaks. So
We don't
that's
have-
not gonna work. I'll just go buy some aluminum, man. We'll bend it up and or we'll just cut it into sheets and weld it up. It doesn't need to be bent. No one's gonna see it. You know, it's not a fashion plate. It's a fuel tank, right?
Yeah,
Bob?
exactly.
So those are the important things: kingpin, spindles, and fuel tank. So those things will be immediately worked on just right away. So that's where we're going from here. We'll get the pipe done. As Richie's welding up the pipe, I'll be working on these and the kingpin thing should go pretty quick too, because I already know what I need to do to knock the 11/16 or 3/4 inch nut off that thing. We're just going to weld a 5/8 nut on the top. Just got to be able to get to the threaded bit for a jam nut, you know, to hold it in place. So that's it for the 27th. It's dinner time.
Yep.
Get Richie. He looks tired and he looks hungry.
Yeah, I worked all day. Been up since 4 this morning.
That's it. So that's it from out here in Racing Roseville. I'm Robert.
I'm Richard.
And we're the Lawson Brothers.
And we'll get this baby together and bring you another video.
God bless y'all.